So at this point, I feel like I'm a big nerd for accents and language, but I'm also a big nerd for history, politics, maps, and flags. In this video, I'm going to suggest a flag for the Delaware Valley. A flag ain't just a symbol of a country or a political body. It's also a symbol of a culture, a people, a sense of pride, and a shared identity. Some regions of the country are developing their own flags to show their pride. The first was the Hampton Roads region of Virginia and North Carolina, centered on Norfolk and Virginia Beach. In 1998, they picked a flag designed by a local high schooler to represent their region. If them guys got one, why don't we? The Delaware Valley has a very distinctive culture, from the teams we root for to the stores we shop at, right down to the way we talk. And I think we deserve a flag of our own. It's no accident barely anybody flies the Pennsylvania or New Jersey flags. For one, they're boring. Over 25 states have flags just like this, with a blank field in the background and a complicated state seal in the center. Nobody flies any of them because they suck. Ever notice you see a lot more Maryland flags down here? That's because it's a good looking flag, very distinctive and immediately recognizable. A good flag is one that anybody with no talent and art can draw and get in the ballpark, like the national flag. That's ballpark. So how do PA and NJ do? Them seals look pretty good, huh? Hey, ain't my fault these flags suck. Alright, the other problem is that Pennsylvania and New Jersey are not cohesive cultural units. See, I grew up in Lower Bucks County, PA, and I've got loads of family and friend connections throughout South Jersey, but almost none in Scranton, Harrisburg, or Pittsburgh. And if you think New Jersey is a unified cultural block, look up New Jersey the movie. It came out a couple years ago. They try to find the exact line between North and South Jersey based on Wawa versus 7-Eleven, Benny versus Shoeby, Phillies versus Mets, and loads of other hugely important questions. This is a political map of the Northeast. You know all these states. But in terms of culture, economy, and language, the map looks much more like this, with different regions based around the biggest cities. This is our cultural region, from the South Jersey Shore to the Susquehanna River. It don't follow state lines at all. I know I'm supposed to hate Jersey. Jersey smells bad, yeah. But I live in Philadelphia, and let me tell you, Pennsylvania don't always smell like a rose garden either. Neither does Delaware. Obviously. So anyway, not only are these state flags unremarkable, the states they represent don't really mean that much to our identities either. The flag experts at the North American Vexillological Association developed 5 guidelines for what makes a good flag. 1. Keep it simple. 2. Use meaningful symbolism. 3. Stick to a few basic colors. 4. Don't use lettering or complicated seals. And 5. Make it distinctive. Our state flags fail on all them criteria. So I'm going to see if I can put together a flag that meets these standards, using colors and imagery that represent the Delaware Valley as a cultural region. So to start off, the colors that are most common in the local flags of the region are blue and yellow, as you can see in Philadelphia, Wilmington, Trenton, Atlantic City, Delaware, and even Pennsylvania and New Jersey themselves. Why are these colors so common? Because the original European colony in the area was New Sweden, and Sweden's colors are blue and yellow. You know, like everything in IKEA. They're also the colors of our Major League Soccer team, the Philadelphia Union. So I'll keep them for our flag. Going to start off with a simple tricolor. And I'll say the 3 bands represent Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. But I want to include a little bit more meaning in this basic design. Since we're the dead center of the Northeast Corridor, 6 hours from Boston, 6 hours from Norfolk, and we straddle the Mason-Dixon, which, like it or not, is still very important in American culture, we really still are the keystone of the Union. Without the keystone, the arch would collapse on itself. So I'm going to spruce up the tricolor with the keystone design. I think this is a pretty good starting point, but it could still use a little bit more symbolism. How could a flag representing the home of Betsy Ross in the American Revolution leave out a reference to that very first flag? So, dead center, let's put that wheel of 13 stars from Betsy Ross's original design. Now we're almost there, but it's still missing something. We need some of the red of the national flag, representing our revolutionary past. And to top it off, the most culturally significant icon of the region, the Liberty Bell, which represented first the cause of independence from foreign rule, and then abolitionism, 2 of the proudest political traditions in the history of the Delaware Valley. And also a nod towards our beloved Fighting Phillies. So I think this is a pretty simple, distinctive, and meaningful design that represents the culture of the Delaware Valley. I can see this flying over Trenton, Atlantic City, Wilmington, Reading, Allentown, Philadelphia, and everywhere in between, Norristown, Cherry Hill, Levittown, Upper Darby. And hey, it passes the no talent drawing test. So if this is interesting to you, go to Facebook, search for Delaware Valley flag, and like it. Type up some feedback, post it, let me know what you think. I want to get a dialogue going here. I want to hear from yous. All of yous.